Ongoing differences within the ruling Nepal Communist Party has hindered the government's decision on the fate of the Millennium Challenge Corporation MCC bill. The US Embassy in Kathmandu has clarified that the projects under the MCC agreement cannot be expedited unless the parliament endorses the bill. According to the agreement, the MCC bill has to be endorsed by today. Good morning, I am Bipashna Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. 17 more individuals test positive for COVID-19 this morning, taking the total number of cases in the country to 13,265. The Health Ministry fails to expand parameters of testing despite the rising need. The State Affairs and Good Governance Committee endorses and forwards the Federal Civil Service Bill to the Parliament despite objection from the General Administration Minister. A ferry capsizes in Bangladesh near the capital Dhaka, killing 32 people. Many more people still missing. And Burnley defeats Crystal Palace by a solitary goal in the English Premier League, climbs to the 8th spot of the points table. The government has decided to extend the current modality of the lockdown until 22nd of July. The cabinet meeting held yesterday evening at the Prime Minister's official residence in Baluatar decided to extend the ongoing lockdown. The government has also decided to assign the provincial and local level governments to come up with a strategy to control the spread of coronavirus with the coordination of the central government. Domestic and international flights will remain suspended, international borders sealed, and public transportation will still be prohibited until 22nd of July. Likewise, private vehicles will have to continue to operate according to the odd and even number plate system. The number of coronavirus cases in the country has climbed to 13,265 as 17 individuals tested positive for COVID-19 this morning. Likewise, the number of deaths has reached 29 as the Health Ministry confirmed yet another death due to COVID-19 yesterday. 17 new individuals tested positive for COVID-19 this morning in Gandaki province. According to the Gandaki province Health Directorate, among the infected, 8 are from Kaski, 5 from Tanahu, 3 from Lomjung and 1 from Siangja. A 30-year-old man from Rotahat who was being treated at Star Hospital in the capital's Lalitpur died on Saturday. The man, who was an asthma patient, was admitted to the hospital on 27th of June following breathing difficulties and died shortly after while receiving treatment. 8 COVID-19 cases were reported in Kathmandu yesterday, taking the capital's total number of cases to 91. 18 districts have reported over 300 cases, while 8 districts now have more than 500 coronavirus cases. The government has projected 100,000 coronavirus cases in Nepal. However, the number of tests required to identify the state of infections has been shrinking as the government has not been able to timely procure necessary medical equipment. It may be recalled that the Health Ministry had pledged to provide an additional PCR machine to each of the 7 provinces 3 weeks back, which has yet to turn into reality. We have a report.
हामी प्रत्येक दिन 10,000 पीसीआर रिपोर्ट दिन सक्ने गरी त्यो व्यवस्थापनमा जुटेका छौं र 7वटै प्रदेशमा एक-एकवटा 7वटा ठूला मेसिनहरू खरिद प्रक्रियाको कुरालाई पनि हामीले अगाडि बढाएका छौं र यसलाई विलम्ब नगरिकिन हामीले त्यो व्यवस्थापन गरेर यो अभावलाई पूर्ति गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने विषयको बारेमा पनि म सम्माननीय सभामुख महोदय मार्फत
On 8th of June, Health Minister Bhanubhakta Thakal assured lawmakers at the House of Representatives the government would increase and expand the coronavirus test. Going by the minister's words, the government should have carried out 15,000 coronavirus tests through PCR method Monday onwards. However, only 7,791 tests through PCR method were carried out on Monday, merely half of what the minister had committed. The Health Ministry has once again failed to procure necessary equipment, including PCR machines. The supplier's tender, called on 13th of June, was cancelled 4 days later. Another call was made on 20th of June and the final supplier was to be selected on the 23rd. However, the ministry has yet to decide on the final company out of a dozen that have applied.
अहिलेको मितिमा हेर्नुभयो भने हामीले प्रयोगशालाहरुबाट अहिले मैले प्राप्त गरेको सबै रिपोर्ट अनुसार पेन्डिङ स्याम्पलहरु छैन। केही दिन अगाडि हामी कहाँ पेन्डिङ स्याम्पल धेरै हुन्थ्यो। त्यसमा हामीले निर्देशिका विपरीत नगर्नु, निर्देशिका विपरीत गर्दाखेरि सामानहरुको सबै व्यवस्थापन गर्न गाह्रो हुन्छ र त्यो सबै 3 करोड जनतालाई एकैचोटी निर्देशिका भन्दा बाहिर गएर परीक्षण गर्न सकिने अवस्था पनि हुँदैन भनेर हामीले प्राविधिक हिसाबले सबैलाई बुझाउँदै गरेपछि निर्देशिका अनुसार सबै आउँदै जानु भएको हो र हाम्रो अहिलेको चाहिँ परीक्षणको संख्या चाहिँ 6000 को हाराहारी देखिएको हो।
Inadequate PCR machines has resulted in a backlog of hundreds of swab samples of possible coronavirus patients. The delay in procurement process has not only left the public in dilemma, but has also raised questions on the ministry's transparency.
The State Affairs and Good Governance Committee under the House of Representatives has endorsed the Federal Civil Service Bill and has forwarded it to the Parliament. The committee forwarded the bill despite objection from General Administration Minister Hridayesh Tripathi. The government had proposed to include chief secretaries of chief ministers and secretaries of provincial secretaries under the central government's jurisdiction. However, the committee decided to appoint secretaries by the provincial government. Likewise, the administrative officers of local levels will also be under the jurisdiction of provincial governments. The committee, meanwhile, decided that chief secretaries would be appointed by the central government. The committee endorsed the bill with majority despite the government's objection after holding 59 meetings in over 16 months. The committee has also approved the provision of 49% reservation and 51 open competitions. Previously, it was 45% open competitions and 45% reservation. And time now for a short break. For more news, do stay with us. Welcome back. The U.S. government has urged the government of Nepal to decide on the Millennium Challenge Corporation MCC agreement at the earliest. As the parliamentary endorsement of the MCC agreement has been delayed further, the U.S. Embassy in Kathmandu, issuing a press statement yesterday, stated that the funding under the MCC is not open-ended. The embassy has also said that the U.S. government is well informed regarding the delay in endorsing the MCC bill from the parliament. The embassy, however, has clarified that the projects under the MCC agreement cannot be expedited unless the parliament ratifies the bill. According to the agreement, the MCC bill should be endorsed by today. However, the ongoing differences within the ruling Nepal Communist Party has hindered the government's decision on the fate of the MCC bill. The U.S. Embassy has also stressed that Nepal should come up with concrete and thoughtful measures to ensure the continued viability of MCC. Agitating taxi operators have started protests, putting forth demands to operate their taxis without any restrictions. The government had put restrictions on the operation of public vehicles during the lockdown, which was imposed in the country from 24th of March to contain the spread of COVID-19. The taxi operators resorted to protest, citing that it has been difficult to survive after not being able to properly operate their vehicles during the lockdown period. They have protested from early this morning by parking their taxis in front of the Transport Management Department in the capital's Main Bhawan. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the locals in Palpa what should be done to be self-sufficient in food grains. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
मकैमा फौजी किरा चाहिँ एउटा झुसिल किरा जस्तो गबारो लाग्ने थियो भने अहिले सल जस्तो आएको छ मकैहरु पनि ठाडै सुक्ने भएको छ
हामीलाई सरकारले कृषकहरुलाई सेवा सुविधा दिने भन्ने अब नगरपालिकामा पनि सेवा सुविधा धेरै आएको छ भन्छ हामी केही सेवा सुविधा लिन जाँदाखेरि अहिले सकिएको छ भनेर भन्छ
जुन किसिमले सोचिन्छ खेतीपाती लगाइन्छ त्यो किसिमको हामीले उत्पादन लिन सकिया छैन आज समय समयमा लिन जाँदाखेरि पाइन्न लिन जानिए भने 10 किलो 5 किलो पाइन्छ त्यहाँभन्दा पाइन्न भन्नुहुन्छ अब यत्रो 10 रुपैयाँ 15 रुपैयाँ खेत छ
आफ्नो निर्वाह हामीले गरिएको छ दिने हो भने सुविधा दिन्छौ आज अहिले सरकारले गरेछ भन्छन् खोइ के छ हामीलाई केही सुविधा छैन हजुर आजसम्म
मोल बिउमा अलि अनुदान दिनु पर्यो हामीलाई अब सबै जनाहरु कहाँ के छ भनेर हेर्दिनु पर्यो अब सबै आएर
कृषि प्राविधिकहरू आउनु पर्यो खेती कस्तो छ बाली नालीहरू कस्तो अवस्थामा छ के रोग लागेको छ उहाँहरू आएर हेर्नु पर्यो
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. And here's the question: what is necessary to reduce the increased dependence on food items? Your options are option A, utilization of barren lands, option B, farmers' motivation, and option C, mechanization of agriculture. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your options A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And that's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 6 this evening. Keep watching Kantipur Television HD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.